Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Landscaping to the Point. We are live again. We have JC up there and in the OnlyFans room, and Josh looks like he's outside freezing his butt off. He must have got kicked to the curb today, or he's trying to smell his own wood like he tried to talk to us last week about.
Nasty. That's some JC shit for his channel.
Yeah, I heard you wanted JC to come to your house to smell your wood, and I hate to tell you, if somebody told me to come over to their house to smell their wood, I would be like, nope, never coming over to your place again. So
You're a pervert.
I take his word for it. I'm not going to go sniff his wood.
No one wants to sniff my wood. You realize how many men I've asked to come sniff my wood, and everybody's like, fuck. Guys told me bad wood. I want to make sure it's bad. Oh no, one guy did sniff it. My trash guy. I asked him, "Can you sniff my wood?" And why? I said, "Doesn't smell like vomit." What? I'm like, go sniff my wood right there, my firewood. Oh, okay.
yeah. He probably thought you were a weirdo too, like all of us.
He did concur with me. It does smell like vomit and piss. So.
But that's kind of biased because isn't his nose already used to that type of smell?
This smell. Shut the fuck up. No, but I will give it because I asked him. I'm like, do you smell something odd coming from over there? He goes, it almost smells like puke or piss. So as soon as he said that, it's a very distinct smell. I'm gonna save a piece and I'm gonna throw it in the trunk of your car next time I see you. So it's something.
Let's just say this. Since we're going to Chicago in a couple weeks, how about you bring a piece with you? Let's see if you can bring it on the airplane, because I don't let you bring it on the wood.
Yeah, I'm sure TSA is going to let me get on with the fucking log.
That's one good way to kick off the flight.
Yeah. They'll be like, what is that? I don't want to be it's my wood. You want to smell it?
Yeah.
A Massachusetts man gets kicked off of a Delta Airlines flight for offering people to smell his wood.
Oh,
bad.
Yeah. So what else is going on? I know it is getting cold here. I don't know about you guys. We're finishing up for the season. What about you guys? You guys getting ready for winter, fall, what? I mean, Josh looks like he's ready for winter. I mean, he must be in a totally different place than you are, JC. I mean, I know you guys aren't far, but man, he must be in like his 30s.
It looks like he's living in an igloo right now. Like he built an igloo.
You know what? I was gonna go into Mom's attic, and then the computer started acting up. It's still updating, so I was like, I got geared up because there's no heater in Mom's attic. So I was like, all right, let me get geared up when I go up there. Now I'm fucking sweating balls in my room. But no, I started getting we painted the dump body of the old dump truck, getting ready for winter, just to kind of protect everything, to protect all the rust that's already there, you know.
Right.
And started working on the sanders, finalizing details and not in the contracts, but in the SOPs and stuff, the way we do plow work. I wanted to say we thought it was going to wind down, but for some reason it's starting to pick up again. I remember like before in the day, this was usually the quiet period where like we probably have 2 more weeks of mowing. We usually quit around Halloween time, and then this would be kind of like the shit. Now you're mowing, you get all these extra fucking leaves to bag and shit. Like you're out just. Granted, you're getting paid for it, but your route just like got up by like 4 hours a fucking day. And then we'd go through that quiet squall of like 2 weeks in November where there was nothing, and then all of a sudden all hell broke loose with leaves and stuff. Although it does seem to be look like the leaves are starting to fall a little earlier this year. I don't know. I just sold a 1,000 square foot residential patio. I'm working on another 1,500 square foot residential patio, and then I got one of our plow locations. We're helping the guy that does the landscape maintenance catch up with like the retention ponds and the brush cutting and stuff. So I got a crew going up and starting that tomorrow. So kind of busy. I don't think we'll get it all done by the end of the year, but kind of weird. I thought we were going to kind of just fizzle out and kind of coast into the new year, but it seems like it's picking up.
So do you feel like this year is a lot different than last year?
It's an earlier start. It's been an odd year. I think the whole entire country's been underwater the entire year, but Yeah, like Josh is saying, the leaves are coming down. It definitely has a different feeling towards it. I think, yeah, it's, I didn't think I'd be doing full leaf cleanups. I'm really still not at this point yet, but like I was telling you off the air, that a lot of my customers are procrastinators, and they wait for everything, and usually it's like every other week they want their lawn mowed. So it builds up, and they'll pay, if that's what they want. But yeah, it seems to be getting a little earlier.
So now, okay, here's a good question to you guys. I know I do it totally different than you guys. When it comes to leaves and grass still growing, do you guys keep mowing the grass and mulch it, or do you try to bag it and put it out to the street or wherever it's got to go?
Yeah. So in the early stages, I never had a bagger before, and
Right.
Josh actually gave me a mower with a bagger, which is going to be a game
Ooh,
changer. But
nice.
usually, what I do, I just mow it as normal. Those first layers of leaves, mulch it into the lawn, side discharge, and then clean up whatever I needed to clean up with the blower at the end. But that's the beauty about being able to stay on top of it, especially if you're doing it every week. But once you get to that point where those leaves are too much to be mulched, then that's when you start charging for the leaf cleanups.
I used to try to cut. I used to try to get those. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Setting off alarms.
I used to try to get those last two cuts. Like I said, like the leaves are starting to fall now. Typically, you got leaves. Some areas, like my service area, when I was predominantly mow, was a suburban area with a lot of like forestry and stuff. So you'd always have like kind of that. I always had the houses where like at the end of the corner, all the leaves would blow to that one house. But I would always try to get those last two cuts in just for revenue. I would try to cut like when I wasn't too familiar with billing, I would just double cut. So I would go in and just figure, you know what, we'll call it even. I had months in the summer where I would come cut and it really didn't need it, and I'd bill you the $80 to $100 for it. So we'll call it even, where I'm going to spend an extra hour cutting your lawn, and I'll have to cut this way and then cut this way, and it still wouldn't clean it up. Because at that point, I didn't have a shoot blocker, I didn't have a bagger, so I didn't really have a choice. So my bullshit was like, yeah, we mulch it into the ground, helps with like all the it's organic fertilizer, and yeah, and they're looking at me. And meanwhile, the guy next door is coming up with his walker, and it looks like fucking a carpet when he's done. It's beautiful, and I'm sitting there like 3 hours later trying to chop up these little pieces. But some people have the preference of just mulching it down. The customers have the preference. When I did eventually get like bagging systems and stuff, even like the side bagger for the walk behinds, I would just throw it into the truck. But man, how quick that fills up your truck! It's crazy. Like it just between the clippings, because the moisture, the dew overnight, the grass is growing a little thicker, and the leaves, man, that bed would be full. I didn't have a dump at that point. So you're sitting there and you're like, you go into the dump at the end of the night and all that shit's way down, but you got a pitchfork in there and you're throwing it off the end of the pickup truck.
Right.
If
Yeah,
I was
I
to
mean,
do it now, honestly, if I was to do it now, I would just bag it. And my rule of thumb towards the end, I would bag it. And when it got to the point that it wasn't a regular mow, and usually I'd give an allowance for like if it's an extra 10, 15 minutes, so be it. Like I said, I'd still be out there mowing in July. So and then I'll fight me on the difference of, hey, you were here and you barely cut or you didn't need to cut. But once it got over to a certain point where it's costing me money, then I'd say, hey, we have to start the preliminary cleanup. So
right. I mean,
I
that's the same way.
the only
I
kickback
do the same
I
way.
was people would say, hey, you know what, let's just start mowing and then wait for the leaves to fall and then come and do the cleanup and then maybe a final mow.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're the same way. We kind of mow. I mean,
He
we had
vanished.
some. He finished. He fell over off the wall. So
Humpty Dumpty, motherfucker.
yeah. So we usually go. I mean, usually right now we mow next week. We mow through everybody full time, and then we have half of ours that we know either get full crap load of leaves, so we kind of push back, or don't grow as much. We'll push until leaf cleanup season, and we'll wait pretty much 2 weeks. But then we have a lot that we try to go through everybody twice doing cleanup wise. And I mean, the good thing about us here compared to you guys is we get to put everything to the street. So literally all the leaves go to the street. We get the bag stuff. They'll take the grass. If we bag it, and we'll just drop it to the street. So, I mean, that's a lot easier for us because we don't have to haul that stuff away.
I have a question about the Midwest. The corn stalks. Do the corn stalks fall, or do you guys have to cut those over? Like, if you got a customer that has corn stalks, right? I don't know how that works. If you guys actually do that, but you have to go in and trim those things down to the ground.
Oh yeah. We go in and we take a machete and we have to cut them one by one. I mean, literally. I mean, that's how we got to do it. I mean, it takes a good amount of time to go through a cornfield. I mean, and cut them down, but I mean, it's normal. He lost. You're just all over the place.
I am. It's fucking talk about ADD. Fucking, I am ADD.
How much coffee did you have today?
I didn't have any.
Yeah, you're out. You're a little more off the wall than usual.
How many energy drinks did you have? Like 10 this morning? Jeez, you're jumping all over the place.
You know what happens with me? I'm on different types of meds, and when I a couple of the meds, I get a little crazy. This is what happens.
I like Happy Josh.
I'll tell you. Whenever I fuck up on my meds, that's usually when some of the best ideas come out, and I get so much more done, and then I kind of have to level out because otherwise I'll be fucking $2 million in the hole with buying equipment. Dude, trust me, I was looking at like F750s brand new last night, brand new loaders and shit, like mowers. I don't mow. I'm looking at walkers.
So, okay. You guys, since you're talking about equipment, I'm going to Equip Expo. You guys aren't going this year. Josh has never been. He'll never go. I mean, we're gonna have to like lock him up in a van and drag his ass down there in some year. But so, what do you?
Not again.
Yeah. If you went there, what do you guys wanted to see? Like, I mean, JC, I know you wanted to see that new Yaka mower. I mean, they got like four mowers, I think it is, that are debuting this year.
Yeah, from what I know, there's definitely at least one stand on and one sit down zero turn. So I just they're putting stuff up on Instagram all the time, and kind of showing clips and stuff of it, and they're saying it's like they have easy belt lever replacement, no tool belt replacement. I don't know about the deck, if it's easier to clean. There's some other things on there, comfort features. I just want to see what it's all about and see if it's actually the hype.
Yeah, they sent me some stuff. I know each one of their mowers have an 18-gallon gas tank on it. I think they got attachments that go onto them. All the sit down ones that they have 3 sit downs actually that they will be bringing out this year, and then the stand on. And I think the one thing that impresses me is the 2,000 hour warranty on everything, which that's a lot, dude. I mean, literally, if you think about it, if you're mowing a crap load every week, that's a whole year warranty on it. And then if you're not, I mean, that could be 3-year, 4-year warranty on some of these mowers. So 2,000 hours is pretty good.
2,000 hours, 6 months, 2,000 hours.
Yeah, 2,000 hours. It's a lot.
But how many? What's the duration? Like, is it 1 year? Is it 6 months? Like a car's warranty.
It's their warranty says 2,000 hours or anything.
No way, dude. There's no, dude. If you mow fucking baseball fields or something, dude, you'll knock that out in a season.
Right.
That's crazy.
I mean, we put on our brand new mower this year. We put on over 500 hours. So you're figuring.
Well, think about it. Oh, Chrysler. When Chrysler was almost on the fritz on the way out, they came up with that 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, and then they added the 10-year, and then now they added like, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. We're a little bit better.
Dude, They had a lifetime warranty at one point.
That's right. You were telling me, right? Yeah.
I think it will bite them in the ass eventually, but right now, I mean, that could be a game changer for people wanting to buy mowers, and the price wise is not bad. What, Josh? We can't hear you.
How much are those mowers?
13. I think they start at like 13 grand.
So, okay. So if you sell, I guess you sell enough of them, how many of them? I mean, you probably assume what, like 2% on the defect rate, where you're automatically going to have to warranty that. And then how many they're actually going to go through and say, hey, this is used to error. You didn't put fucking oil in,
Right.
That's another thing, right? Are they warrantying the engine, or are they warrantying the deck and the components, or the whole thing?
What I'm gathering is they're guaranteeing the deck, the engine, the components. The only thing they're not guaranteeing is like belts. Tires is one of them, and I think batteries.
Just like
is the
wear
other
and tear
one.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, just stuff that you know that you're gonna go through, and blades. I think it was another one. They don't guarantee the blades, which I can understand that. Like blades, you're gonna go through probably in literally a month, depending on where you're at. I mean, so I can kind of see that. But
It sucks. It's I've been getting a lot of people aren't sliding in my DMs, but I've been getting direct messages from people that I've seen throughout the years going down to the expo, and they're like, "Hey man, you're gonna be down there this for the expo?" And I'm like, it sucks, man. I'm like, damn it, man. No, I'm not gonna be down there. It's like people I want to see. That's one of the biggest things for me is just kind of seeing everybody and hanging out, and it's always a good time.
oh yeah, it's a great time. I mean, it's definitely something I'm gonna definitely miss you, Josh. I mean, I barely see Josh, so I mean that's whatever. So
You might a couple weeks. Who knows? You
yeah,
might. You might not.
you
No,
better be there. You better
last
be
minute.
there.
Sorry, can't make it.
Yeah, I can see that. I know you will do that too. Probably.
Are we
You'll be
gonna
like,
redo
"Oh,
our pizza venture? Like are we gonna redo that? Try to find a better place?
We can't. We could be in
dude, the
fucking.
pizza that we had last time when we went was good. Josh just wasn't there."
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
we have to go out walking and find a random spot that
Yeah.
has real Chicago.
You can't, dude. I don't know if you've ever been around that area. That's suburbanite. That's like going to like Westford, Mass, and saying like, "Hey, we're gonna go party." Like
In the cornfields.
you're gonna go find some like 99. You're gonna go to the nines or something. Like hang out. Like yeah, baby. Mashed potatoes are good, baby.
We'll have to Grubhub.
Yeah. We'll find something.
I still find it funny that Jensen has grown heavyset men falling into his DMs.
I what? I didn't hear that.
That's what I said. You got grown heavyset men sliding into your DMs. Hey, when you coming through, baby.
I get a lot of slides in my DMs. I slide in some people's DMs too.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun. Hey Nick, what's going on? Good morning. He could go if you want salad. You can get salad too, right?
I could say the same for Nick and Crack, but
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, we'll keep it out there. Oh,
smoking that crack, boy.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Yanka's new mowers. I think there's going to be a couple other things I'm looking forward to, but I mean, besides that, there isn't really that much that I've seen being promoted this year, like normal for the Quip. So I think it's going to be one of those quick, walkthroughs, and hey, it's been done. So I don't think you're going to miss out on too much, Josh and JC.
I know I'm not.
But see, if Josh went, Josh would be lost because literally he gets stuck over in the brick section with all the bricks and all that, and he'd just be stuck over there for days.
Some people might think you're like saying that I'm poor and I get lost in the project. So I don't know.
You got all those bricks behind you, so you get lost in the bricks.
Because I'm white and the bricks are white. What the fuck? Nick does not approve. Nick's smoking crack right now. We'll be back.
I hope not. So there's a lot going on, guys, and it's been they I don't know. So I had an interesting story here, and so we know Nick from UAG, so he was saying something the other day about trollers that he was just starting to get his trollers, and I said, it's funny that you never made it till you got trollers. So once you get trollers, you've made it. I mean, look, we got a troller on here, Nick from One Love. I mean, he's always our troller on here, so I know I made it somewhere around.
He's our favorite troller. We love him.
Yeah. So that's what I feel like. Once you get to that troll stage and you got somebody following you and like DMing you and saying like, "Hey, you did this wrong," or "You did this wrong," like Don just got one I know about. He's been trolled about some stuff. So, have you ever guys gotten a troller? I know Josh, he doesn't get on there enough to put trollers out there.
People don't know who the fuck I am. Like, who's this guy that's blowing lines every time he gets off screen and bouncing around behind a white wall? What the
fuck? I don't know. I mean, JC, you have any trollers?
I wouldn't say I had many, but I think the majority of the ones that we deal with are the ones that are commenting on our Echo Means Business posts. And it's funny because I don't usually react to them, but like lately I have very minimally. And then you go like to see their profile and they have like 0 posts, and so they're not a legit page. But it's funny because like some of them come up with like paragraphs of stuff. It's like, man, they spend a lot of time just going around all day long trolling people. I kind of give them credit for it because I wouldn't have the patience to do that all day long to comment on people. But yeah, I don't know if they're like environmentalist or whatnot, but they're always like going against what you're doing. Oh, you guys use gas, and you guys are causing global warming and all this stuff. So it's like, whatever. It's not even worth it. But personal trolls, no, other than Josh. No.
Yeah.
Making me smell his wood.
Yeah. I think last year I was talking to Corey Ballard, and he said that it was funny because he, out of all the stuff he sells, every once in a while he'll get somebody that'll send him a message saying, "Your blades suck. I used them. They suck." And then he goes through and looks their name up, reverses back through his buying stuff, and he'll see that they've never bought a piece of equipment from him. And he's like, "How do you tell me that my blades suck if you've never bought them and tried them out?" So like, I think it's like until you try something out and know exactly. I mean, everybody does things different, especially like with UAG, and you got walking, climb up the bricks, and I don't know what he's doing there, Josh, but you have these people that think what they do is the right way, and it is the right way for you, but it might be different for somebody else.
You ever see the video online where the cat is steering the steering wheel and just kind of looking around? The viral.
Yeah.
That's what Josh is doing right now.
That's what it looks like. He's just all over there.
What if you have trolls and they talk about your shit and you legitimately suck? Like everybody talks about, oh, trolls aren't true, but what if you just suck? Like what if Corey Ballard, like, okay, I'm not going to use Corey Ballard because I don't want to say that I'm picking on people.
Right.
But I feel like people are so quick, and this is across the board, not just in this industry. People are so quick to jump on the train. We're like, dude, that's dope. That's awesome. That was like the whole Shuriken thing. Sorry, Scott. I thought Shuriken was the stupidest fucking design. Like, I get it.
They've updated it. Come on. They've updated it. Huh? They've updated it in the years.
Bro, you have a whole industry using something that's not even OSHA certified. And guys want to talk about you're not insured, you're not this. Like, you're not even following the fucking rules.
I'm sorry.
Like, you can't swap. But again, at the point, it was like what, a $40 fucking gas can. It held what, like 2.5, 3 gallons, maybe.
It's 5 gallons.
And I'm just using an example, right? This could be the best example that I trolled and I hated on. So many people jumped on it, but it was like the stupidest fucking design. And it was just like, it was blown so far out. And then I think as like it started fizzling down, people started realizing like, hey, it's not that great of a push. That's why all of a sudden I feel like you started seeing them really give a push for like a freebie, win this, freebie, win that. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more people that will jump on the train because something's supposed to be cool and they want to get that recognition.
I'm going to troll Josh. I'm going to buy a Shuriken, put it in the back of his truck, take a picture of it, and be like, he really does use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that same Shuriken, put a T-shirt in it, light that motherfucker up, and throw it at your front door.
Good, you could come fix my walkway.
Insurance claim, throw some fucking burner wood on it.
I think
my house smells like vomit.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of products out there, though. There's a lot.
He's coming today. Supposedly, he's coming today. So Scott did text me before we started running a full update. So last week I made this big thing about how I got this wood that smelled like shit. My trash guy came over, and I want someone that hasn't been around. So I had the trash guy come. I asked him. He verified it. I walked out after the show that last Sunday. Walked my dog around the yard, and all I could smell, I was just consumed with it. Like I could smell it in my pantry. My pantry sits right above where I stack it, and oh my god, it smells like shit. It smells horrible. So I messaged the guy. I said, Mike, this is fucking crazy. This is the same wood. I said, this has got to be the same wood, and you just added a few dry pieces in here. This is absurd. Come get it. get my money back. Give me my money back, and we're square. I don't want anything back. Just get the shit out of my property. Okay, sure, no problem. I'll get it. I'll get there this week. Didn't deny. Either he's just fed up and done with it, or he did throw the same shit back in. He was supposed to be here before Friday. It's Saturday. He's not here. He texted me Thursday at 7:45. I had just gotten in. Said, "There's no fucking way. Like you come do this shit in the afternoon." You know what it is? He wants to use my skid steer while it's here to load it up in his truck. That's not happening. He's gonna fucking hand load it this time. So we'll see. I'll give the update next week to today. Supposedly he's coming this afternoon to get rid of it, and then I'm gonna call a local nursery and get it from there. I mean, dude, Jensen, you have got to get a whiff of this. Like, all jokes aside, this shit fucking smells, dude. I've never smelled wood like this. Like, even like plywood that sat out in a backyard somewhere, I've never smelled this bad.
It's like canning farts. You just go out there and can the smell.
I'm gonna mail it. I'm gonna cut a sliver. I'm gonna cut a sliver this week and mail it to you.
That's a great idea. Put them in mason jars. Put a label on it.
You put that in the mail, and they're gonna send it back to you, and like all these agents are gonna show up to your house thinking you're like sending some weird thing.
I should be able to send wood. I want people to smell my wood through the mail. Parcel
make
service.
Candles that smell like it.
Yeah.
Like Josh's wood.
Made by the candle company.
Smell like a pickled.
I'm gonna make a T-shirt that says "Smell my wood."
You could name your company Richard Cheese.
Richard Cheese. Oh my gosh, we're sidetracking today.
We're going to talk about male odors.
You want to talk about male odors now?
Talk about the male odors that sit in my backyard.
Oh. I don't know what you got growing back there, but I don't want to hear about it no more. Okay, so you want to jump on the other way. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
You got to turn it off.
All right.
Okay.
Now I'm ready to be serious. Let's go.
All right. So after like 30 minutes of not being serious about smelling his wood, we are back to the regular show.
It's all business.
It's all business now. Okay. So we're going to say this. JC, how long do you see yourself in business? And do you have a plan to retire or sell what you have off or an exit plan?
Damn, that's a sensitive topic.
I mean, you don't have to touch totally on it if you don't want to, but do you have an exit plan?
That's what the podcast is here for, is we're 100% open with everything. I don't know. This year I've kind of been struggling. I don't have a truck anymore. I've been blessed to be able to utilize one in the meantime during the weekends. My brother-in-law has my other mower, kind of a little bit of a trade-off until I get it back, but no truck. My full-time job has been overwhelmingly demanding, that it's been taking up a lot of my time. Usually I work days, Monday through Fridays, weekends off. That allows me to do the lawns that I do, the very few that I do on either Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Sundays when I have time. But the full-time job has been occupying a lot of my time. I've been working Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and just getting out late. So especially with the nighttime getting a little darker out earlier and all this stuff. So it's been a struggle. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I think that I'll still be doing lawns to some degree. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it to the extent of the manner in which I was before. I will most definitely be getting a different form of transportation for a truck, so I could be able to utilize things like that. But as far as the long run future, I don't quite know. I don't want to be one of those guys that says, well, quit your job and get into it full time, because I have a joy in doing what I do. And that's basically my bread and butter. So this kind of business always started off for me as kind of a hobby, not a hobby, but like I was doing volunteer work, and I never thought about opening up a business and doing lawns like that, I was mowing lawns for my mother's clients who were Meals on Wheels clients of hers. A lot of elderly people that were living on their own. So I was kind of doing their lawns just as a favor. And the next thing you know, the next door neighbors are asking me to do their lawn, and then so on and so forth. So it kind of became accidental, but I enjoyed it at the same time. So that's what kind of motivated me to try to start it as a business. And I enjoy it. I don't regret it one bit. I just don't know today what after next year is going to be. Next year I will be mowing lawns, but I enjoy it. I love this industry. I love this business. I love being a part of this community, and that's never going to change. But I just don't know exactly what my full plans are yet. We'll see what happens. Hopefully situations could kind of change. Maybe my current situation will calm down a little bit and where I'll have some more time to kind of decide what I want to do. I'm not quitting by any means. I'm not saying this is, I'm all done right now, but it's just one of those things where I don't know. Doing it part-time is different. If I was in a position where I was forced to like, hey, make some bread and butter and, do it, I'd probably be able to have more time committed to it. And it's not an excuse. I know there are people that are able to balance that out as well too in life, that they're able to kind of multitask and do different things. And some guys are working 80 hours a week and they're doing that. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to really fully work 80 hours a week, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. And again, this is no way me backing out of it or giving up on it. I do enjoy it. And, throughout the years, it's given me a lot of things, especially being on this podcast here. If it wasn't for any of that, we wouldn't even know each other. So I'm thankful for all that stuff nonetheless, without being soft.
Right.
Pussy.
So Josh, now it's to you. Here's my question. Why have you not sold him a truck? I mean, you sold him a mower. Why didn't you sell him a truck by now?
You gave me a mower.
You got like 15 extra trucks sitting around. I know you do. You can't hear. I know you lost.
He doesn't want to answer it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to answer it.
No, repeat the last part. I was trying to plug my AirPods and I lost the audio.
So why haven't you
given
him a truck yet?
Sold a truck. You cheap fuck.
Yeah. Why haven't you given him a truck yet? I mean, literally, you gave him a mower. Why haven't you given him a truck?
I don't have any trucks to give him. I offered Scott a truck years ago and he wouldn't fucking come get it.
I didn't know it was like 17-hour drive to get it.
He's the Oprah of landscape trucks.
No, I'm not.
He is.
No,
he
I'm
is.
not.
If you would ever meet Josh, he'll give you anything. He'll give you a shirt off his back if he can.
No.
Yeah,
No,
he'll be like, what size shoes you wear? You need shoes? Here you go. Here's your boot. Here's my boots. Take them. I'll go get a new pair.
Yeah, no.
So what's your exit plan, Josh?
I'm going to put Josh on the spot. Josh, I don't know, a lot of people know this, but Josh was gracious enough to give me an amazing mower, and that's his soft side coming out. Like
there's no soft side to Josh Carvin.
I'm exposing you, bro.
There's no soft side.
Yeah, no, appreciate that though. Still, honestly.
So what's your exit plan, Josh?
Death.
Do you have an exit plan?
Death.
So you're a lifer. So you're gonna go till.
So like we're being straight, right?
Yeah.
The podcast is straight. So I started this business. Dude, I don't know. I think I started it 7 years ago, and maybe like the past 4, I've honestly taken seriously. The 3 prior to that, or 2 prior to that, whatever. It's been 6 or 7. I kind of just dicked around thinking that this was just kind of be a paycheck for a while until I figured out what I wanted to do. I spent so much of my early, like I had kids at 20. I spent so much of my early life just surviving, dude. And when I say surviving, it was like paycheck to paycheck, like barely being able to pay for groceries and shit, constantly struggling, fighting with my wife because money was tight, money this, money that. That just in the past few years, where I've given up, kind of given a fuck about money in a sense, not completely, but not letting it overtake me. Where I'm like, I look back and I'm like, all right, like I have that SEP IRA and an IRA. I should actually put some money into that. Like, I have small things like some real estate and stuff that I fall back on. But exit plan for this, man, like to me, this business is it's a cash flow business. There's no reward on the backside.
Right.
This type of business, at least for me, I'll speak from my standpoint. There's no value in my business. Like, yeah, I could sell a client list, but they don't have to stay with you. The equipment's all dated. Even if I buy it new, it's all dated, or you're taking a note unless I'm giving you a steal for it. I think my goal in the next 10 years, as long as anything doesn't change, because life happens and shit gets in the way, I'd like to buy some commercial property, some land, and kind of let that be, the investment on the company. Because as far as like equipment and like accounts and stuff, that's not really there unless I build some insane brand, which I don't really have an intention in doing. Exit plan would probably be something outside of this, like hopefully maybe continue this and build this to the point where it doesn't need me, and maybe I can just collect 60 grand a year, 100 grand a year from this company, from just being like, hey, that's my spiff from creating this and giving everybody jobs, and then doing something else. But my intention is to get more and more into the real estate aspect as time goes on. The past like 5 years, I've done a lot of growing mentally, physically, and kind of cleared my mind where I know the direction I want to go to. Whereas, like, dude, I don't know if you guys have ever been in that survival mode. But when you're in that survival mode, dude, there is no fucking plan for that. You're planning for the fucking now because you can't think about the future, If you asked me this question 5 years ago, I'm like, fucking future, dude, I'm not fucking retiring. Like, what the fuck? That was always my answer. Death.
Right.
You found me fucking dead with a fucking wrench in my hand,
Right.
That's what it was. And I don't want that, because I don't want that to be my identity and who I am, just the whole work aspect,
Right.
I love to be a millionaire and give shit away,
Yeah.
Fucking, that'd be great. Hit the lottery, rob some motherfucker. I don't know.
You got to move to Florida or California for that, though.
I'm not becoming that stereotypical Massachusetts person and moving into fucking
Florida,
Cali.
Yeah.
Before I had my kids, my goal, I was kind of lost as a kid. We've gone through this, as a system kid and everything. And my fairy tale picture was that I was gonna move to Cali. No idea what I was gonna move, but I was gonna go move to Cali and start life out there. So that's like I told my wife, when my kids are grown, we sell the house, we sell some other shit we have. I want to go to Cali. I don't know if that's gonna happen because Cali is just as expensive in Massachusetts and it's ridiculous, but
it could happen. You never know.
But end game, I don't know. I play it year to year because shit changes so much. Like look at the climate we're in right now with everything. You don't know which way shit's gonna go.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things you don't know. I know with me being in business 27 years, I think my original plan was to hopefully have one of my kids take over. And right now, looking at two of my two oldest, that's not they don't want to do that, and that's fine, and I'm fine with that. And my youngest he's 13. He still ain't made his decision what he wants to do. I mean, yeah, he wants to work for me when he gets older, but my end game would be probably in about 10 to 15 years to be totally done, to be totally out of the landscaping. We've been restructuring stuff, trying to go straight to landscaping here in the next couple of years, to get away from the mowing. But, the problem is like Josh says, it's a constant income. You look at it's a constant income. We live pretty much we went from nothing to going up to this, to building our house, paying for our land. So really, literally, our money is right in our land and our property and our house and everything else right now. So literally, when you're going month to month, sometimes year to year, I think it's you just keep going and you look at, well, this is the income that I can make off of mowing. This is what I can make off of my landscaping company. I'd like to invest in other things. The podcast is good, and hopefully it'll take off with some sponsors that'll give me $1 million and we can split it up, 3 ways. But I doubt that'll ever happen because we're not like, some of these other guys that just talk their ears off. But I would like to see in 10 years to retire. Where I'd like to retire is me and my wife have both said like in North Carolina, South Carolina area. So I'd like to buy some land down there and just retire and maybe run my other 2 businesses and just make money off my other 2 businesses, So, I mean, I have my hands in 3 businesses now, and you never know. You look at other things and other businesses, especially as you get older in life and into business, you get smarter and want to invest, and that's what I've been doing. So, it's going to be one of those things where I'll probably keep investing in different things and something will pan out eventually. So, yep. So that's my exit plan, guys. So I think we're all good with exit plans. I think Josh is the best one. He's covering his hands. He doesn't want no one to see.
It's funny you say North Carolina because that's the place that I've always wanted to like venture into retiring to. There's a place down there called New Bern, North Carolina that I saw, and it looks pretty awesome. And I could fully retire at age 55. So
nice.
That might be something I might consider.
Well, I mean, if I don't know, I know my Social Security, I could take my Social Security as of now and pretty much live off of it for the rest of my life, really, because of all the places I worked from before. But I mean, who knows how long that money will disappear?
That's how old he is. I don't think I can take mine till I'm 72.
I'm not 72 and I'm not 60. Okay.
I don't think I can. I don't think I can take it till I'm 72.
Wow. Yeah, that sucks for you. I'm sorry.
Well, that's the thing. It's like so kind of what I'm doing right now. The direction I'm going with the development will hopefully allow for that extra income. So when I hit the age of like, if I'm 30 right now, if I could do this for another 20 years, build the company to the point where, hey, I can make 60 to 100K, I wouldn't go union per se, but maybe something where I could go in and get my medical and just say, hey, I got income coming from Carbon Green. Let me be an equipment operator over here and just run an excavator or a loader for you, full time, and just sit in the machine. And, at least get my health benefits, and do the time over there. Because if something was to happen, I mean, Social Security, like I said, what's Social Security give me? $1,800 a month.
So now, if you were offered a job, let's say work union, and it was guaranteed $200K a year just for you, would you close your business up and do it?
Would I close my business? No.
Okay. Would you take the job and try to run your business?
I'd have to weigh the options. Honestly, I'd have to weigh the options. $200K a year. It depends.
Benefits,
200K.
Let's say benefits, everything's all included.
How many hours a week am I working?
40 hours, guaranteed.
Fuck yeah. 200K a year. I'm working 40 hours. Who the fuck wouldn't take that? Full benefits, dude. That'll never happen. but that's the thing. Like, if you're getting a job for 200K a year, you're not working any less than 85 hours a week.
You're wearing a suit. Three-piece suit.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be in a machine. I mean, that's the thing.
40 hours a week, right? 40 hours a week at 200K. I could run my business. I could. One of the guys that works for me right now could run the day to day, and I could run the business 20 hours a week.
Josh, you could be the next CEO for Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I can't see Josh doing that either.
No. I don't know. I don't know. I think at some point I'll probably end up in some sort of machinery position later on in life. It all depends on how this goes, man. But I try not to think too far ahead. I know that's not right. And maybe when I'm like 60, I'll look back and go, I should have thought a lot further ahead. But so much the way my life has gone, so much has changed so much every 5 years for me that the plans that I had at that point have gone completely off track from where I thought it was going to be.
See, now that's nice. So you don't have like a 3-year plan, 4-year plan.
I have very loose 3-year plans. Yes, very loose. But again, I pivot a lot, and I've been pivoting my whole life. I pivot a lot because climate change. My mind changes fucking 20 times a minute. Never mind that of which way I want to go. So this 3-year plan. I mean, I'm not going to say that like if something was to happen, I'm screwed. I have things set, like I have security.
Right.
I'm set in stone. But because here's what woke me up. A few years ago, I applied for life insurance. Because I have diagnosed bipolar, I can't get life insurance. So no matter what, I have to go through these ups and downs and these loops that I can't, like my family's screwed. If I couldn't pay $300 a month into life insurance if I wanted to get a $50,000 plan.
Right.
So I have to come up with these alternatives to make sure they're clean. So I have to have small 3-year plans where it's like money, what the business is going to do, what I'm going to do. Like right now, we're looking for multi-family units in the city we live in right now. As far as long-term retirement and then cash flow within 18 to 24 months on those. The business has this plan right now it's a 3 to 5 year plan that constantly changes. And, I consider it evolving because the way I want to go evolve. But yeah, I mean, there's small plans like that, but I'm not the type of person who can say, hey, 10 years from now, I can sit there and say, this is where I want to be. And maybe people adjust like that. The upside I have with a lot of my friends and people around, I had kids young.
Right.
I'm done in a few years. So I'm done. So my 40s are all devoted to padding what I want to do for the rest of my life. They're about me, bitches.
I think I asked you this before. Maybe your answer is different, but I think a long time ago I asked if you would ever consider merging with another company. Like, what would it take for that to happen?
Yeah. What I mean, if let's say they were making about the same as you are, and they want to merge, that's a very good question.
That's tough. That's tough because there's too many people in charge. So where I am right now, as far as volume and dollar wise, I don't think that I would, because I'm still in a place where I'm trying to build this vision I have, and with this vision comes like workplace culture, work-life quality balance for people to work for me. Like I truly do want to implement something that I've always envisioned. People could come into work in a blue-collar job and really enjoy where they come from and have a life and not have to work 90 fucking hours a week. And I think merging with another company, I feel like unless you have someone that has your exact visions, that's going to be really hard to kind of stay on that even keel with people. So right now, would I merge? Probably not. Like maybe once it's established and that culture's there, and I'm ready to take off. If I felt it was the healthiest thing for the company, then yeah, and it could benefit the people in the company, yeah.
Now, would you sell your company to somebody else, or buy another company?
I give my company away before I sold it.
Okay.
I give it to someone that works for me that deserves it and needs a hand before I sell it. Again, there's no fucking money in this shit.
Right.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not smart enough. Maybe that's not my area to realize, hey, these are worth it. But I truly believe that hardscape and landscape lawn care is cash flow business. Like it's, what do you have aside from maybe some real estate in it? And if you have some brand new equipment that's paid off that you can give a little discount to someone looking, there's no dollar value at the end of that.
Right.
The real estate in your company is where it's at. If you own that shop, if you own that land, if you own maybe the licenses, like you have a pesticide license. I don't know if that belongs to you personally or your business, but if that's something that belongs to your business, then yeah, there's some. Now you can buy an established business that has 150 pesticide customers with a legal license to do it. Okay, that's something there. But as far as like, hey, look, like I never understood the guys like, yo, I'm selling this fucking mower route for $100,000 with a mower, F350 in the trailer. It's like, what? Any Joe Schmo that can go out and do this 40, 50 hours can make $100,000 in a fucking year with a Ford Ranger and a piece of shit trailer off Craigslist, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think buying customers is one of those things that you can't make your money on it. I mean, because there's no guarantee. I watched a buddy of mine one year. He sold his clients and everything to a company, and he went and worked for him for 3 years. And when his 3 years was up and his contract was up, he decided he was booting, jumping to a different place. Well, that company turned around because they bought all his customers, went to go sell it to another company, and then ended up in court because literally none of the customers wanted to be transferred over. They all decided at that point they were done because they've already been transferred already once from one company, now getting transferred to a second company. So, they didn't want that whole thing in it, and pretty much it all ended up in court. And my buddy pretty much walked out because then his insurance company was like, well, he sold everything 3 years ago. Just because he's an employee doesn't make a difference. He's now an employee. He has no contact with them except for doing their lawns, and they could show that, he wasn't trying to go back into that business of doing it from that. So literally that company lost out on a big deal, and it's sad because like it's not a guarantee. Customers are not guaranteed. You could, like you said, you could sell the property, you can sell the equipment if you want, but are you getting really what you want off of it? And that's the thing, is sometimes you're not going to get what you want off of it, So you can't sell, customers and pesticide licenses. That goes with the business. So literally, yeah,
But that's a plus.
that's a plus. If you're, if you want to buy, the pesticide business and say, hey, I got this business, it's already got the license, but still, like in our state, you have to have somebody that's licensed. So literally, no matter what, even if you bought the pesticide license, you have to have that one person that is licensed. So literally, if somebody bought my business today and said, "I want your pesticide business," go ahead, but you still have to be licensed. So they still have to go through all that stuff to get licensed. So at that point, it's literally you're doing the same thing just to start a business up anyways. So you're just paying for a license that literally you could pay for yourself. It's pointless. So I mean, in our state, it's not worth. I mean, you might as well go get your own license and start it all yourself if you can. You know, but there's a lot there. There's a lot there than to knowing, and I think it takes time, and you actually have to go out and learn how to spread that fertilizer, know how to mix the chemicals. You know exactly. Yeah, you can go into any place that sells it and say, they'll put on there, oh, put it at this, ounces, but you got to know exactly what the temperature is outside, what the wind is. You got to know exactly all your conditions of your grass, and there's a lot of variations there that can mess up. So unless you go learn from somebody that has a business or that's in business doing it, it's one of those things that I would suggest not getting into the fur business unless you've had experience. I see so many people that burn lawns. I'll admit it. I burned a lawn once, but I worked for a company that they brought in people and they didn't train them right after a while, and they burned a shitload of lawns, and it cost them millions of dollars. And it's not right unless you train somebody the right way, and they learn how to do it, and then they go out and start their own if that's what they're going to do. If not, don't get into it unless you got that experience. So
here's one example of what I did, and this was kind of a long-term plan. If you look at my hat, right?
Yeah.
Carving Green Company, right? And then under it, whatever the hell that says, landscape and stuff. The actual name of my company is Carving Green Company, period. There's no lawn or landscaping there. And the reason why I did that when I structured my company as a corporation with the Commonwealth was I didn't know exactly which direction I wanted to go or where this company would be in 10, 20, 30 years. Yeah, when I started, it was landscape maintenance, mowing, all that crap. It's evolved to hardscape, to some interior construction, to some purchasing maybe small parcels and stuff. The idea was that if this was to be something later on that could develop into a full-fledged construction company, it would be easier to sell it with the name company on it rather than automatically branding it landscape. Now, these extra names, landscape, that's changed from landscape services to landscaping and home services to hardscape and construction. What did you make? Just landscape and construction, snow and ice.
Construction,
it'll continue to change. Like, so when people hear it, it's Carving Green Company, and people might go, "Oh, well, they don't know what you do." It's like, no, that's why I add those little underscore names, because so people understand what it is. But later on, if someone did want to purchase the company because maybe there was some commercial property, there's commercial property linked with it, they could do what they want with it and keep it. Maybe there is a construction side. I have a plan to get my construction supervisor's license and my GC license, where if I want, more or less for my own reasons, to build for my own personal stuff, but then I could incorporate that into Carving Green Company, construction services, blah, blah, blah. So that was one long-term plan. It's small, but I didn't want to marry America Lawns or anything like that. And granted, put my last name on it wasn't the best thing. At the same time, that was also because I didn't have certain things. I could have a company name and still cash a check, because back then you could cash a check if your name was in the title.
Yeah, I agree with you. I understand that. I mean, I think the names always are exciting to see, and all it's one of those things. Like sometimes you go with your last name, sometimes you go with your first name, sometimes you go with a name like me, going off with a cartoon that I grew up with. It's we all figure out what we want to do business wise, and we kind of go from that. And yeah, you're doing a great job, Josh. And even though you keep putting all these names on there, I think people know, like you say, people see what kind of work you do, and know exactly what you can perform. So that's amazing. So I mean, it's kind of like extra advertising, and people can see that instead of having to go to a website and say, oh, well, what does he do? I see it says Carving Green Co. So he just does green grass, but you actually put it on your shirt, you're on your hats, that what it is, and that's worth it.
You should get into the wood business next.
Yeah. gonna say curve and green on the front, and then the back says "Smell my wood." I sell it.
We keep it hard.
Yeah, we keep it hard and smelly. So that's all we got for today, guys. I want to thank everybody for being on. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, JC. Josh fell off the wall a couple times today.
Humpty Dumpty.
Especially with his wood. I mean, he went outside to smell it. Morning, Alex. We're just finishing up, buddy, but you can go back and watch it again here in a little bit. You can listen to it on Spotify, iHeart, and some other places. It was a very good thing. Good talk to you guys about business, life, our exit plans, smelling wood.
Some random babble.
Just random babbling today. The first half was random babbling because of Josh, but we got back on track, and it's been a good show all day long. So
Slide into
listen to it.
DMs.
Yeah, slide into JC's DMs too.
Hey, so here's an idea, right? I was thinking if we do all end up finally linking up out in Illinois, let's do supposedly we fly in late. We'll do a live podcast from the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
I don't know if we just set up a phone, right?
Yeah, we just set up our phones, and I can do it right off my phone.
Bring some mics and shit. That's all. I'll bring my mic. Jensen, you bring your mic.
Yeah. I mean, we could all be in the same lobby and do it.
Yeah.
We could even go into our own rooms and do it and be like, look at this. This is my room. And then you can be like, look at this. This is my room.
Jump on the bed.
Yeah. We're all in beds and we're in different rooms.
Told you can smell my wood.
Oh, well, thank you all for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, thank you guys for being on, and you guys